To day 36. We're going through the core this entire week. We've gone through so far. We've gone through the um, the body, and how you score that. And every day you get a point, half a point each for two portions of the body. We've gone through the entire being, and now we've gone through the balance, and now we are in the final item, which is business, business, business. So uh, this entails the first part. It involves discovering, right? This is actually reading or taking in content, developing a new mindset or perspective around speaking, marketing, sales, systems, or leadership. And I've had the experience. I've run a business for over 30 some years, and I've spent a portion of that outside of that realm, right? And what was built on, and I mean, look at it in hindsight, is like that. I got into a business. I didn't have a college education. I didn't had no business experience. I started a business when I was 18 that evolved into a multi-million dollar company in a very short amount of time, and continued that business for 32 years, just getting out of that just here a little bit ago. And in hindsight, what I see I've done there, while I would take in information and I would build my business, a lot of it was experience based, right? I didn't take in through studying and through other people have been down that path. I was kind of gifted, if you will, a perspective on business, and a little bit dysfunctional. It was I grew up on a farm. My family had like zero money, zero money. In fact, they had some level of resentment for money, and I carried this conflict with me most of my life. If I would make too much money, if I would be too successful, I would be disowned by my family as being snotty, snobby, didn't care about people, whatever it might be. And while I was always intrigued with the growing, I read a lot of books and kind of personal development areas, and I didn't center them on the things that would actually function within my business. Right? I didn't take any courses. I didn't study speaking, or develop the skills in speaking. I would do fine in areas that I knew very well, and it just fell out of my mouth. Right? And areas uh, that I didn't have any speaking skills really, right? I didn't develop those skills. I didn't have marketing skills, right? I knew what I knew. Basically, I would explain my product features and benefits and those things that I was basically born with or left my family with, but I never developed a marketing plan. I've never had a marketing plan. I've never created one. I taught a business school. Get this, I've taught a business at a local tech school for quite a number of years, and I had some basic concepts that just kind of rolled out, but I never studied marketing. I never studied how to market. Uh, and the follow up to that is I never studied sales, right? How do you actually close a sale? In the past, I would do it based on kind of experience. Like what I would do, I would manually, I guess I put it manually, close a sale. But in my business, the business I just closed up, our average contract was somewhere between half a million and $1 million, right? I didn't have to close a shitload of sales, right? Some just came, some closed themselves. I was in an industry where there's not a lot of competition, probably one or two major competitors on any one project, and the sales just kind of followed. I never studied sales. I never studied the science of sales. Same thing with systems. Systems, I got the benefit of systems, but I didn't, right? I manually did every one, and looking back, that was an expensive process, right? And what uh, what I've discovered is like a systems is like an important area to grow. Like if you want your to expand and multiply your business, systems are absolutely required. And same thing in leadership. If I go back and redo my business, I didn't have leadership skills, right? I knew my business very well, and I knew people kind of. I had a lot of compassion caring for them, probably too much, and I never really studied these essential aspects of business. So the important thing is that we gain this knowledge, like whether it be through books or audio. Our input affects our output, right? So if we don't take in new and growing perspectives on the essential portions of business, we're not going to have the output, right? We can force it, but I'll tell you right now, that was a lot of work. And we need to, when we score this again by taking in relevant knowledge and relevant information that will help us expand in our speaking, marketing, sales, systems, and leadership. And we score that at half a point. Um, So our assignment, once again, is to teach this. If you can't teach it, you don't know it. If you don't know it, you can't live it. And fill out the remaining items at the bottom of the page. And we will talk again tomorrow on day 37.